Good morning. All right, today we're doing more math review. So today we're going to start with NBT 5, and we're going to do the multiplication by one digit. So I want you to find that page. We're going to be skipping around in the packet today. So if you need to pause the video to find the right page that we're working on, go ahead and do that. But today we're working on multiplication by one digit. Now, we did some of this at school, but it's been a long time. So I want to talk to you about how to multiply by one digit, okay? So the pattern that I like to teach my kids is up and over. Now, on two digits at the top and one digit at the bottom, that's the only pattern you have to know. You go up and over, up and over. But if there are three digits, then you have to add. You have to add and over. So it would go like this: up and over and over. So up and over and over. Up and over and over. Now, if it's four digits, what do you think you're going to do? You're going to add another over. So this is the pattern: up and over and over and over. So this pattern: up and over. This pattern: up and over and over. And this pattern: up and over and over and over. All right, let's do it. So you're going to multiply up first. 3 times 9 is 27. We're going to put down the 7 and we're going to carry the 2. Okay, we always do that. And now we're going to go over. That's my pattern. My pattern is up and over. So my over is 3 times 8. 3 times 8 is 24. And then I'm going to add what I carried: 24, 25, 26. So my answer is 267. All right, now my pattern for this is what? Up and over and over. So let's go up. 6 times 5 is 30. I put down the 0 and I carry the 3. Now I go over. 6 times 2 is 12. 12 plus 3 is 15. 12, 13, 14, 15. I put down the 5 and I carry the 1. And then I go over again. 6 times 6 is 36. Plus 1 is 37. So my answer is 3,750. All right, now on this one, I'm going to follow the same pattern, except I'm adding an over. So I'm going to go up, over, 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 up, over, over, over. Here we go. 4 times 2 is 8. Now I go over. 4 times 2 is 8. There's nothing to carry. I go over again. 4 times 8 is 32. I put down the 2 and I carry the 3. And then I go over for my last time. 4 times 3 is 12. 13, 14, 15. And I put in my comma. All right. You are going to do that same pattern with these 3 problems. You can pause the video and do it now, or you can continue and we're going to move to the next page. The next page is one page over, and it is NF1, equivalent fractions. NF1, okay, the 4 just means 4th grade. So I'll always just look right here. NF1, equivalent fractions. Okay? Now, remember that when we find equivalent fractions, we have to multiply the top number and the bottom number by the same digit. Now, your answers for your problems that you do might look different than mine because we all get to choose what number we multiply by. So, for this first one, I'm just going to go easy. I'm just going to pick a 2. Okay, now we can't multiply by 0 and we can't multiply by 1 because 0 would give us 0. That's not an equivalent fraction. And 1 would give us the same exact number, which is not what we're looking for. So you need to pick a number that is 2 or higher. Okay, and you can pick any number you want. I'm going to choose 2. So I'm going to multiply the bottom by 2 and the top by 2 because if I multiply them both by the same number, whatever I get is an equivalent fraction. So 3 times 2 is 6. 1 times 2 is 2. So 1/3 is equivalent to 2/6. So whether I have 1 out of 3 pieces or 2 out of 6 pieces, I have the same amount. All right, I am going to now choose a number to multiply this by. I could choose 2 again, but I'm going to choose a different number. I'm going to choose 5. So I'm going to multiply both the top and the bottom by the same number. Okay, has to be the same because it's equivalent. And I'm going to say 4 times 5 is 20. 1 times 5 is 5. So 1/4 is the same as 5/20. Okay? All right, last one that I'm going to do with you. Pick a digit. Do you want to choose 2 again? Do you want to choose 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 100? What number do you want? Pick a number. I suggest picking something that you know how to multiply with. So I'm going to do this one by 10. So 5 times 10 is 50. 2 times 10 is 20. So 2/5 is the same as 20/50. Okay, so you're going to finish this page. You're going to pick a number. You can pick the same number. You can pick different numbers. You decide, but you have to multiply the top and the bottom by the same number, and that's going to give you your equivalent fractions. All right, next page is 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going kind of back. 5 pages away. Okay, and it looks like this. Looks like this. And it says OA1. Multiplication equations as comparisons. Okay. All right, so we're going to write an equation for each situation. All right, now do you remember when we talked about how math is its own language? And we can translate math just like we can translate Spanish or Japanese or French. We can use some of the math words to translate. So if you remember, I'm just going to write it up here. Is means equal. When you see the word is, you can automatically put the equal sign is. Okay? Of means multiply. Okay? So if you see the word of, you're going to put a multiplication. Let's start with those two and we'll see how we do. So the first sentence says 54 is 6 times as many as 9. And we know times is multiplication too. Oh, wait a second. Of doesn't mean times. Times means times. Of means divide. Let's go through this and let's figure it out. All right, here we go. 54 is 6 times as many as 9. So I'm going to write the sentence. 54 is, that's equal, 6 times as many as 9. All right, let's look at the next one. 5 groups of 8 is equal to 40. Okay, of can be multiplication or division. I was kind of right. It just depends. You have to listen to it. Okay, so here we go. 5 groups of 8. So 5 groups of 8 is equal to 40. All right, let's do the next one. 6 groups of 7 items is the same as 42 items. So 6 groups of 7 is the same as 42. All right, the product. The product is the answer of a multiplication problem. So the product of 9 and 4 is 36. 9 and 4 is 36. All right, you guys got the rest. Translate those into math problems. And of does mean multiplication. Mrs. Nelson just wasn't thinking clearly. All right. Next page is just the page right next door. Okay, right next door. It only has 3 problems. OA2. All right, these are word problems that you're going to use those comparative. For each word problem, write an equation and or draw a picture or model, then solve. So let's do the first one. Ricky made 5 baskets in last week's basketball game. This week he made twice as many. How many baskets did Ricky make this week? So Ricky made 5 baskets in last week's baseball game. This week he made twice as many. What does twice mean? Twice means 2. How many baskets did Ricky make this week? So 5 times 2 is 10 baskets. All right, number 2. In this week's soccer game, Julie played 3 times the number of minutes she played in last week's game. If she played 18 minutes this week, how many minutes did she play last week? All right, so this one is a little bit tricky because it says, in this week's soccer game, Julie played 3 times the number of minutes she played in last week's game. So I'm going to write this week, she played 3 times the number of minutes she played in last week's game. Okay, so this week is equal to 3 times the minutes she played in last week. If she played 18 minutes this week, so this week is what? 18. We're going to leave this here. 3 times the number of minutes. How many minutes did she play last week? So you need to figure out, what does that M represent? 3 times what equals 18, and that's going to give you the number of minutes. All right, last one. In today's basketball game, Ella made 4 times the number of baskets that Kay made. If Ella made 12 baskets, how many did Kay make? So in today's basketball game, Ella made 4 times the number of baskets that Kay made. So Ella equals 4 times Kay. So Ella, it says right here, Ella made 4 times the number of baskets that Kay made. So Ella is 4 times Kay. If Ella made 12 baskets, where's Ella on here? Ella's right here. So we're going to replace Ella with 12 because we know Ella made 12 baskets. How many did Kay make? Well, we don't know that number, but we know that our equation looks like this. So 4 times what is going to equal 12? And that's the number that Kay made, whatever is here. All right, so you're going to finish solving those. Last page, my friends. This one is just a page away, and it is OA5, and it is patterns. All right, so it says create a pattern based on the rule given, then explain what you noticed about the pattern. So you're going to start with 1 and multiply by 4. Okay, so I'm going to start with 1, and then I'm going to do 1 times 4 is 4. And then I'm going to keep multiplying by 4. 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 4, and I'm going to put the answer there. And then I'm going to do whatever this answer is times 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You should have at least 5 numbers in a pattern. Okay? Now, the next question says, what do you notice? So you're going to tell me, what do you notice about those numbers? Okay? All right. This pattern, you're going to start with 3, and you're going to add 2. So 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 2 is 7. And you're going to keep going until you have at least 5 numbers. You can do more, but that's what you need to do. Okay? And then what do you notice about that pattern? And then the last directions are to finish the pattern, then explain what you notice about the pattern. So here's the first one. Then it moves to this. Then it moves to this. Draw what it would look like next. And then what do you notice? Okay? Those are the pages that we are doing today. And I will have those listed in the assignment as well. But you need to go and make sure that you finish each of those pages along with doing the practice ones that we did together. All right, my friends, happy review. Bye.